Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob Carroll, and we have a special session today with Connected Community Health Support where all of our trainers are getting together to celebrate the end of the first quarter of our program. It's been a long ride. It's been really fun. We've been getting after it week after week, day after day. This is day 35. Really proud of everybody who's been sticking with it, getting to it. And we got, want to get us all together to celebrate, this big landmark in our program. So without further ado, welcome to Connected Community Health Support. My name is Jacob Carroll.
My name is Seth Spicer.
My name is Adam Fox.
And we're going to take you through a wonderful workout for the end of week number 12, quarter number 1. Mr. Carroll will be leading this session primarily, telling us exactly what to do as if we were you. Then we have our quote of the day and our tidbit at halftime and at the end, per usual.
All right, well, without further ado, all you need is a little bit of space. Just enough to get your arms spread out without hitting anybody next to you. And no equipment. That's about it. We're going to be going 40 seconds of work to 20 seconds of rest. So, and as always, please consult your physician before starting an exercise program. We don't want anybody getting hurt here today, and your physician will know best.
And remember, the whole reason we are doing this is because we want to eliminate all those barriers to exercise, whether it's not wanting to go to the gym, not being able to afford a gym membership or transportation to the gym, or just not liking the stigmas behind the gym. We want to be your movement for outlet, whether you're a beginner or someone who considers themselves more of an expert in movement. We want to be your outlet. So come hang out with us. Let's get some good movement in on this wonderful Friday morning, and let's get going. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages.
All right.
So, Mr. Carroll, how do we start an exercise session?
Well, we always start with getting a good warm-up in because we want to be safe. We want to be prepared for all the exercises we are getting done today. So we're all going to take turns leading you through a move of the warm-up. I'm going to be kind of demoing, kind of making sure everybody's got the good form going, and they will do the same for myself as we move along. So first move of the warm-up one I like to always start off with: open up the mid-back, open up the back. As you pretend like you are getting in a driving stance, so you're driving a car, you are opening your arm, looking back to the wall, and then coming back. Alternating arms each side, trying to keep the hips square.
Now, what are those called, Mr. Carroll?
I like to call these T-spine rotations. This is your thoracic spine right here in the mid-back area. They're going to be used every time you are doing some rotations.
Now, is there a way we can do this on the ground as well?
Yes.
Perfect.
That's great idea. So one way you do it here, actually I'll have you demonstrate this.
Perfect.
So you're going to be in the all fours position. We use the arms, you can see. You can put one arm behind the head. You'll see the other arm just so the camera can see this a little bit better. And so he's going to move that elbow to the pit of his other arm, and then moving back up, looking up to the sky. As you can see, that rotation in his mid-back, really opening it up here. So you can move through this motion or go through the standing variation as Seth is showing.
I'll tell you, you can feel this, folks. Feel this in the mid-back, I'll tell you that for sure.
And definitely, this is a great exercise. Every time you are turning, whether you think about it or not, you are likely using the T-spine.
How many should we do on each side?
7. Until you feel good. You feel warm?
7's a lucky number.
Just about. Perfect.
All right, he's going to even it up, make sure he's got all warmed up on the other side. But, we do want to keep this right to an hour. We got 2 kind of 30-minute sessions. We're going to be splitting it up in between. For anybody that's time constraints, maybe you're not feeling the energy today, or maybe you're just seeing us for the first time. Go through 2 rounds could be pretty intense. So we want to break it up. If you're feeling like sticking through, let's get after it today. But if not, you're still going to get a great workout.
Good morning.
Good morning, happy face.
I know that. That's how I'm coming across.
Yep.
Exactly what's going on.
Glad to have you here. It's been a long time.
All 3 of us now together.
Yes, first time for everything, right, guys?
Mr. Carroll, our T-spines are warm.
All right.
Now what do I do?
Well, one of my other favorite ones to work on is to start get the lower body, get some of the hips moving. One of my favorites is the open and close the gate. So I like to think of it, you're standing nice up and tall on one leg. You're opening the leg to the side, drop it back down on the ground, bring it back in. Same thing with the other leg, really working on that internal and external rotation of the hip. Switching it up each time, and the same thing, this is one where you can get some variety. I'm going to grab a chair for one of my friends here. And same thing, if you're feeling like you don't have the stability today, or same thing, it's not a problem. You can still get even more range of motion sometimes when you have a little bit of stability. So you want to have somebody show it with a chair variation, and I'm going to show it without the chair. You're just using that for support since we don't have a great wall. You can use a wall, couch, anything you really need to give yourself a little bit of extra stability, or not. You can see you can get a little bit more range of motion when you have that stability of the chair or a wall, whatever you would
And
like.
we can also do this on the ground as well, correct? From that same quadruped position on all
Yeah,
fours.
Seth, would you like to show us that
Absolutely.
demonstration?
This is actually one of my personal favorites. You're on all fours. You come up, around, and down, and then up to the armpit, up to the sky, and you push back and down.
It's kind of like SpongeBob. You just got to bring it around town,
Bring it
right?
around. Feel free to take this time yourself to warm up your hips. Join us in our hip movements. Do whatever feels comfortable for you in whichever variation feels comfortable.
Remember, as long as there's no pain to it, if you feel some popping and some grinding, that's A-okay, as long as it is not painful. So just keep that in mind.
Grinding might not be a good
I
sign.
got a lot of messages here in the chat.
We got a couple bots, it looks like.
Oh. And two of the
Do
same.
you want to become famous?
I do not want to
When
become
I get up
famous.
today, I ran around the block 5 times, and then I put the block back in my toy box.
That's a good one.
I love that. That is beautiful.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
What do we got next?
My hips are good.
Yep.
My teeth fine.
Who wants to lead us through the next one?
All right. You all know my personal favorite exercise. It's the greatest way to start the day. I'll come right down front and center. This is a very difficult exercise for your shoulders. Shoulder circles. Here we go. We're just warming up our shoulders
Good old
with shoulder
fashioned.
circles. Adam on my right is going to do small shoulder circles. Mr. Carroll on my left is going to do big old shoulder circles.
This is just like the good old-fashioned gym class shoulder circles we did, right?
Absolutely, sir. You want to go nice and slow. We're just reaching to the sky, reaching back, working our creaks out.
And if we're doing the little guys like this, we're just doing tiny little rotations, palms towards each wall to each side, and just rotate kind of like Mr. Miyagi.
Switch directions if you haven't already. I don't remember which direction I was going.
Hey, if you're like me, you know, this is a little bit earlier than my schedule, so I'm a little bit stiff this early in the morning.
Oh yeah, make
You
that
know-
two of us.
You know me, I'm usually doing the 12 o'clock session, so, you know, not using my forte being up this early.
We got the 5:30 guy waking up early this time. This is
Yeah,
this is
5:30
new.
p.m. He's a 5:30 p.m. guy because he wakes up at 4:30 p.m.
Hey, that's only some days.
That's right. All right, and lastly, so we did our hips, we did our shoulders, we did our T-spine. Are we forgetting something?
We got the neck,
Fire
ladies
away,
and gentlemen. So now we got, like
Done.
Seth said, we got the hips, we got the shoulders warmed up a little bit. Now we got to get the neck warmed up. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can just do some nice, good old-fashioned neck rolls like this. I don't want you to crank it in to too much of your end range, so to speak. So nice and slow, just like this. You just want to keep rotating. And like I said, after a couple, let's just rotate to the other side, just like we did with the arm circles. Gonna go left to right.
One thing that also can make this a little bit more intense, opening the hands. They call
Oh,
this the
yes.
anatomical position with the arms, hands, palms facing forward, arms straight down by your side. So you can get a little bit more stretch in all of these muscles around the neck area.
Also, another one of my personal favorites with this is now looking left to right. So finding a spot on each wall and look to that spot, look back to the other spot. And I always have my hands open, very similar to the anatomical position. So find a spot on the right side, left side, and just think about looking to that spot. Don't think about anything going on with the muscles, so to speak, in the neck. You're just finding that spot over and over and over again. And now we're going to go down and up. So we're going to look down in between our ankles and then up to the sky and down to the ankles, up to the sky. Just do a couple more of those, and then we should be all warmed up, right, fellas? Woo!
I haven't used my neck like this in a minute, honestly. I needed this. All right.
Hey, also, I just want to say
Perfect.
a quick thing real quick. Also, I apologize. My stream did not repost yesterday. We weren't able to go live. We were shooting a commercial on Wednesday. Actually, very excited. But so anybody that, you know, was wondering why my stream wasn't up on Wednesday, we had some technical difficulties. So I apologize. Just wanted to say that now because somebody will likely be watching this recorded during my time on Friday. Like, Where did I go?
Carol, where were you, man?
I know.
And I wasn't able to be live Wednesday either, but now we are all here together for you to make sure that you can get nice and strong. And I think after our warm-up, I think we're all ready to help people
Defy the odds.
Defy the odds.
Also,
Yeah.
definitely got to give a shout out.
Yes.
Got the nice Connected Community Health Support shirts finally, so we all look like we're in unison a little bit more. So
we're actually a team.
yes, sir. Let us know what you guys think about the designs.
Yeah, let us know for sure.
All right. So
Who wants to
let's
lead
get
us through
started.
the first?
All right, I'll take the top. I'll take the top.
All right.
We're gonna get started here in 10 seconds. You know the usual. We have either our hinge variation. I'll be demonstrating the staggered deadlift. We're gonna have the floor, the glute bridge over here from Mr. Adam Fox. Actually, I'm going to demonstrate what these guys are supposed to be doing as they actually go through the exercise. So Mr. Fox, go ahead and hit the floor. You are our floor variation for this one. Mr. Carroll is going to be our standing variation with the staggered single leg-ish deadlift. And again, this is our hinge pattern in the exercise for today. All right, I'm just going to get started. And then we're going to go right into it. And I'll talk as we go through our time today. We're going to start it in 10 seconds. If you're on the screen, go ahead and get ready into whichever position you prefer, the floor variation or the standing. We're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Go ahead and raise your hips up and push them straight back down. Mr. Carroll, that's fantastic too. If you want to switch every single step or every 3, you absolutely may. You'll notice that he keeps his flat back the entire time as he's just thinking about going down and touching his toes until he starts to feel a bend in his back. And this one's a little easier right here. All you're doing is standing up, putting your butt back down, pushing through the heels with this exercise. And time, we are done with that exercise.
Feeling good. Hope you all are as well.
All right, now just a moment.
And remember, when you're doing that floor variation, you want to make sure you're keeping that straight line at the top between your shoulders all the way through your knees, so you're not overarching that back. So we don't want you guys to have any back issues in the future, have any pain from these exercises, because it's supposed to make you healthier and happier, not hurting and hurting more. So
That's right. We're going to take us off with a quick break. We're going to come to the next one. I had to change the timer really quick. It was for 40-20, and we are on deload week, so we're 30-30. Again, with our 8 exercises and 3 sets per usual. The next exercise, now that we have the hang of what's going on.
So next one we're doing, we have 2 variations actually. So as always, we try to give you as much variety as possible. So first one we're going to be doing is from the bent over position. Overhead, kind of like you're doing a pull-up. You're bringing the arms down, just like so. And the grounded variation, if I could have Seth lay on the floor for me here, please. It's going to be almost the same thing, but now you're going to reach your hands all the way up to the top. Reach your hands all the way up here to me, and you're going to put them on the floor, and you're going to slide them back down to you. Yep, and then bring them right back up. It's the same variation that we're doing, except it's going to be on the floor. So if you'd rather do it from that bent over position, you can, or if you'd like to do it from the bottom, you are more than welcome to. Just like that. Perfect.
Seth will keep showing the ground positions. I will show you the bent over position, and Adam will make sure our form is all looking good.
Yes.
We're going to start with that in 3, 2, 1, ready,
And begin. So that if you guys can see, both of them are doing the same movement pattern. It's just the difference of where they are in space, i.e. whether they are laying on the ground or whether they're in the overhead position like that. And if bending over is a real issue for you, you could do this overhead like this, but we are trying to make this more of a pulling pattern. So we're going to recommend that we have some more gravity resistance from being in this bent over position. As you can see, look at this beautiful position I got here from Jacob Carroll and Seth Spice. We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys.
And Mr.
Good
Carroll
job.
will lead the demonstration for the very difficult shoulder circles.
Yes.
So one very similar to what we were doing the one, but we're going to do it in a little bit different way. Work on a little bit more control in the shoulder joint. We're going to go nice and slow through this range of motion, really working on all the ranges of motion. So,
ready, begin.
Perfect.
oh, sorry.
No worries.
All right, let's go, everybody. So we're going to be going backwards to start, just really slow, wide, and controlled, moving through this for about 30 seconds. I know this is very, similar to what we were doing in the warm-up. But however, we're actually going to be going the same way the whole time and coming back to it the next round through. So going backwards right now, going forward the next time. 3, 2, 1, and
there we go. Good job, guys. Good job.
You can lean over the back of the couch for support.
yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Absolutely. Happy Face always has a lot of great ideas. Push-up position, tall plank. This is the high knee, core number 1. Adam's going to be doing mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Mr. Carroll is going to be doing the high knees in bursts of 3. And again, this is the same exact pattern. The floor exercise is just a little more difficult. Maybe he feels a little bit better, a little more stable for Adam on the ground. And again, we offer a standing variation for every exercise for any individual of any level, any balance, any strength. And we're cycling off 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And time with that exercise. We have a 30-second break before we come on back to the squat.
And remember, if you want to do the mountain climber in as fast as you can do that. Always doing it in the burst pattern to make the movement pattern as similar to the standing variation as possible. But we're like the buffet movement. You can come in and pick whichever one you want. So you don't have to do it this way. You can always do it whichever way is more comfortable for you.
So which exercise do we have next, starting in 3 seconds?
We have the squat. So ready and begin. So all we're going to be doing for the squat right now, I'm going to have Jacob come over here. So all a squat is sitting down in the chair and standing back up. Seth, if you could just turn for me real quick so you're right in front of Jacob. So if you look at both of their forms when they're doing this, it is the exact same thing. What is the only difference is that Jacob has a chair to sit down in fully. Seth does not. Anatomically, a squat is the same thing as sitting down in a chair and standing back up. Don't got to make it any more complicated than that. We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it.
Time.
There we go, guys. Good job. Good job.
Mr. Kelly, yeah, what's next?
Well, push-ups, one of my favorites, always coming up after the squats. So we're gonna do we can do our push-ups from a variety of different ways. We can do this from our knees. Seth, do you want to show that?
I'll be in the knees in the front.
We also can show, well, we're gonna show 3 variations. I'll show from the wall, Adam will show from the ground. And so from knees position, same thing, or Seth's going from the knees. Oh, sorry, 3, 2, 1, let's go, sorry. I'm a little bit off track with the timing.
I get the going. And begin if you haven't already.
You see Adam going from the ground, keeping that nice flat back position. Same thing with Seth, you're really just pushing yourself away from the ground. One of the foundational movement patterns. And another great way to modify this, I'm a little far back here, but you can use the wall, and the further your feet are away from the wall, the hardest it's gonna be. 3, 2, 1, and done. Great job, everybody.
All right, I'll take the next exercise then. After our push-ups, we have one of my personal favorite exercise, floor pulls.
All right, and then I'll show bent over variation. Would you like to do the floor pull?
We already did floor pulls earlier in the program. Adam Fox is going to lead us through our replacement that we put in later in the program instead of floor pulls.
Doing the ITYs. Perfect. So from the bent over position, we're starting right now. All right, guys. So bent over position like so. We're going to be doing the T's, the Y's, and the I's just like this. And then we're going to bring it back down to I's, Y's, and T's. And from the front so you can get a better view. In this nice position that Seth Spicer gave us, hands from the hips to the knees, align that lower back nice and pretty. T's and Y's and I's, and then I's and Y's and T's. If this isn't your cup of tea, we can also do shoulder extensions like so, but I will show you that in the next section. We are done in 3, 2, 1, and cut it.
All right.
There we go.
And the next exercise is Superman's, and Mr. Adam Fox will be on the floor for the Superman. Mr. Jacob Carroll will be using that chair. All we're going to do is go into extension, in which you're going to raise your feet and hands off the floor, or kick that leg back with the alternate arm reaching behind you. We're going to do the same side for 15 seconds and then switch. Starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. So Mr. Carroll is doing the same side, reaching his hand back to here. Yep. Reach back as far as you can here. And he's alternating. Again, kicking his heels back behind him, trying to work that glute. Mr. Fox here is squeezing his glutes primarily, should not feel it in his low back. It's just a great all-around posterior chain exercise. In 3, 2, 1, we're done with that exercise.
All right, back to the top, correct?
And gentlemen, we're going back to the top for set number 2. This time, for ease sake, we all got our chance to lead the exercise, but I think it might be most effective if I shut up and one of these guys takes primary lead and tells us what to do so that we can all stay on time. How's that sound, gentlemen?
That sounds perfect. So now, all right, so we got a couple more seconds here. I'm gonna have Seth lay on the ground for me now. I was a demonstrator. Now we can flip rolls, and Jacob's gonna go back to the bilateral stance to the staggered. We're starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So Seth, all he's gonna do, now look at this. Look how beautiful this alignment is right now. There's a straight line from his shoulders straight to his knees, and then he's gonna pick the one leg up, drop the butt to the ground, and then bring it back up just like so. Perfect. You keep doing that, soldier. Now we got Jacob Carroll over here in that staggered stance position. Look at this lower back alignment. It's beautiful. And all he's thinking about is what?
Reaching down to the ground.
It's that simple. You don't got to overcomplicate it. And we are stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Great job, everybody. Next move coming up, we got floor slides. So you're getting at that bent over pull variation or the lying down variation. Seth, you want to show the lying down variation since you're already there? Same thing as we're doing the first time. Let those arms down in front. Show them how it's done, Seth. And then slide those arms back so you're pulling across. And so Adam will be doing the same motion from the bent over position. We're going to be going in 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, Adam is keeping a good flat back, and the arms are the same exact motion as Seth's, as Adam mentioned earlier. We really want to mimic these same movement patterns as well as we can, so we have variety for all people, but still getting these fundamental movement patterns are good for your health, transferable to everyday life. Same thing as you can see in Seth. If you can, make it a little bit more intense. Try to keep your hands off the ground that whole time, but if not, you can slide. You can slide right across the ground. But 3, 2, 1, and we are done.
Woo.
We got some comments coming
How you
in.
feeling, Seth?
Had to grab a drink and did a walking floor touch on the way back. That was awesome. So you get an exercise at any time of the day.
Yes.
That's honestly
So I love to see. That's what I love to hear.
And that is why we do this, for transferability.
Yes.
All right, what's next? We have our shoulder circles. We'll keep it nice and easy.
Yeah.
I won't jitter the jatter. 3, 2, 1. Ready? Begin. We have our different layers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
It's like a high school gym dance.
There we go. Call us the high school CCHS musical.
Go ahead and switch directions if you haven't already. We have 10 more seconds. After our shoulder circles, we have our high knees.
Power through here, guys. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job. Good job. All right. Like Seth said, we're moving back to that high knee mountain climber variation. So remember, if you're doing it from the ground, like I was saying earlier, we can do the mountain climbers using just like regular, just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we can do the burst where you're going to go 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3. See, it's the same exact thing. Look how beautiful it is. Start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Perfect. Now, you can do it really slow if you want no impact. Or you can just do, just like you're doing marches, but you're getting that hold in there. Because we still want that core control. We still want that single leg stability. And if you're not comfortable with the speed of then we can slow it down just like Jacob is right now. Or we can speed it up if you're looking for more of a cardio, higher impact style of exercise for this. Because remember, this is it's what you want, not what we want. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Beautiful demonstration, boys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know that's a little bit out of breath.
All right.
But that's A-okay.
After that great move, we're moving on to squats.
Perfect.
It's the chair.
Perfect,
All
perfect.
you. I'm going to go through, take a second to fix the caption down below as we're going. Carry on, gentlemen.
Perfect.
All right.
Technical Seth over here. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, what am I doing, Jake?
So just like you're sitting in a chair and standing back up, don't make it too complicated. 3, 2, 1, let's go. As you see, he's coming right down in the chair, sitting back up. Same thing as you can see, I'm going to be showing the squat variation. Look, same thing, we're moving in unison.
Yeah.
Now what if I can't go down all the way?
You know, that's completely okay. Everybody's got different ranges of motion. Everybody's got different fitness levels. You know, maybe you have some injuries that are limiting you. So you can still get the squat pattern by just going down a little bit. It's the same pattern. Doesn't matter how many range of motion you're doing. Working all the same muscles. 3, 2, 1, and done. Great job, everybody.
Perfect.
What do we got next, sir?
Going back to the pressing pattern, one of the very fundamental transferable movement patterns, whether it's picking something or pushing something away from you or pulling something towards you, you need to be able to have that shoulder range of motion in this frontal or this sagittal plane right here. All that means is right in front of you. So what we're going to do first, Jacob's going to get down on his knees and he's going to come down fully onto the ground. We're going to be starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So we're going to come down, and what I want you guys to do is come down for 3 seconds. Hold and come back up. So 1, 2, 3, and then come back up. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. And if this is a little bit too easy for you, but the full push-up's a little bit too hard, I'm going to have Jacob extend his feet all the way. And he's going to come down for a 3 count, then go back down to the knees. Yep. So no, it's all good. So we're going to come, it's going to be a full leg extension. Knees, press from the knees. Perfect. And we are done. There we go.
Can we have somebody in the chat?
And just to say, what do we do if we can't? You know, we're not the stage where we can push ourselves right off the ground.
Then I'm very glad you asked that. We can lay back on the ground. We can bring ourselves all the way to the ground and just isometrically press into the ground, hold ourselves off the ground by about 1 inch. And then once you fatigue, collapse back down and then start again. So that's if you don't have the ability to fully press, then that's A-okay. What do we got next, Seth?
We have a welcome to Try Harder, please. Thank you for joining. And after our push-ups, we have the I's, Y's, and T's.
Perfect.
Mr. Carroll, bent over position here in front.
And begin.
Go ahead and begin. Everybody at home, do exactly as Mr. Carroll is doing. If you ever have a bench, we can't really swing this here. Of course, you can do it in a bench. I would have had him demonstrate that.
Yes.
But instead, I'll cue over to Mr. Carroll, who's just reaching out in front, out to a 45-degree angle, and then directly out to 90 degrees to the side. We're done with that exercise in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time.
There we go. Good job, guys. Keep powering.
And after the I's, Y's, and T's, I believe we had Superman.
Yes, and as Jacob demonstrated last time, we can do this standing. We can also do this on the floor. So if Seth would like to come over here, and we can do this 2 ways from the floor. You can do the old-fashioned, or you're just going to pick up the arms and the legs at the same time, or you can do contralateral, which means opposite. So you can do left to right, right to left, and we are starting with this in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Or we can come over here and Seth Spicer, my main man, is going to bring the opposite arm, opposite leg up. So I want you to envision like there is something to touch at the top of each. So you have a wall, whether it be a wall or a piece of wood, whatever your imagination, wherever your imagination takes you. You're just trying to hit your heel and your hand at the same time. That same thing with Jacob over here. And remember, if there's any pain in the lower back, shut it down, shoot us a chat, and we'll figure it out. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go.
I think that's the one where you don't need a whole lot of range of motion to feel it. If you're just getting that arm and that leg just a little bit off ground, you're really going to be feeling that one.
Yes.
All right, so that is the end of set number 2 for us. Try harder, please. If you're still in the chat, if you're still watching, welcome to Connected Community Health Support's virtual live exercise stream. We have everything on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We stream regularly. Feel free to give us a follow. We're starting set number 3 in 5 seconds. Mr. Adam Fox, floor, single leg glute bridge. Mr. Carroll, you're going to be doing the stagger stance. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Nice and alternating, stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back. Again, driving the knee up into your imaginary worst and nemesis, cranking them out.
Same thing, if you want to make this one a little bit more intense, you can go without a leg on the ground. Definitely a little bit more difficult.
Get crazy.
That single leg deadlift.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Again, with our standing and floor variation. What do we have next, gentlemen?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have floor pulls coming up next.
Yes.
Same thing, we can do this on the ground or from a bent over position.
Seems outstanding.
Now be showing from the ground. Same thing, you're sliding those arms out in front and pulling them back. Getting that nice pulling motion. I think it's kind of like you're doing a pull-up, but you're on the ground. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. As you can see, Seth keeps that nice, great alignment. Same thing, he's reaching, pulling the arms back. As you can see, it's just like doing a pull-up. So similar moving patterns, same thing, you're getting the same thing on the ground as you're doing from that bent over position. Both fairly difficult. In my opinion, the bent over one could be a little bit harder because you got to get the legs involved too. Same thing, this is going to be a little bit more upper body intense. But 3, 2, 1, great job everybody. Moving on to the next move, someone take it away.
Back to good old-fashioned gym class arm circles. And remember, the difference from this in the warm-up is that we're having this being a little bit more controlled now. So the warm-up, I know we sped it up a little bit with little guys and the bigger guys. So now we're just doing nice and slow and controlled, big full circles. We can have the hands farther out like this if you'd like, or we can have them closer into the body, whichever one feels more comfortable for you. Starting 2, 1, and begin. So without any of us hitting each other's hands, we're going to all coordinate this perfectly in unison. Oh, and now we got the levels to it. There we go, Seth. I'm going to get down to the squat. All right. We are in sync right now, aren't we? Oh, that's a knee slapper right there. Couple more seconds here, guys. Come on, power through for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and cut it. There we go. Good job, guys.
Beautiful. And after our shoulder exercise, which replaces our vertical press, our overhead press, we're going to move on to our core exercise number 1 for our series of 8 exercises. Core exercise number 1 is going to be our high knees with a burst, or our mountain climbers with a burst. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. And again, these guys are just going to maintain this for 30 seconds with you at home to make sure that you don't feel alone in your exercise routine. All together now. That's right. Keep it working. You can go continuous if you like, if you start to get tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Next exercise.
All right, now we are back to the squats, I do believe. Look at that. It's like we're in school, like we're playing what is it, musical chairs, right? And Seth just sat in that chair real quick, but that is exactly what a squat is, just sitting down in the chair.
I was just tired.
We're only halfway through, don't be tired on me yet. So starting with this in 3, 2, 1. And begin. So Seth is just going to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want, you can make this more of a partner workout. And this is going to coordinate you so you're in a rhythm together. Yeah. So this is actually really good for coordinating around a movement. As long okay. Seth's getting fancy over here. I like it. So this helps with your coordination because now not only do you have a partner, so it keeps you accountable for being coordinated, but now you're coordinating around a rhythm, and the brain loves rhythm. If you ever tune in with me at 5, you'll hear me talk about that a lot. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Beautiful work, boys. What we got next?
Next up, after one of my favorite patterns, which is the squat, we have the immaculate, the pure, the ultimate gym bro exercise, the push-up. You're not on the floor this time.
Oh,
you're on the floor. Mr. Carroll's going to do this from a chair, right here, pushing into it. From the side, even a little bit if you can. Maybe you can use a bench. He's going to use something to elevate whatever works for him. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin with the push-up. Again, Mr. Fox pulling his hands towards him slightly. All he's thinking about is pushing off the floor. All Mr. Carroll is thinking about is not crashing his head off of this chair. I'm sure you're thinking a similar thing with a desk at home. Unless you're happy face, who's probably just blasting out push-ups right now in her living room, and it would make us all look terrible. Time for that exercise.
All right, great job, everybody. Push-ups done, out of the way here. Next move we have coming up is the ITYs. Bend over or standing up, whatever feels good for you.
All right. Now, what if the ITYs aren't feeling good? Do we have another variation?
Yes, we do. So sometimes this 45-degree angle can especially be a little bit difficult.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin.
All right, Adam, you want to show them the variation of the extension?
I would love to.
Selection? So,
Just a tap.
that's a great thing. I forgot to mention, as always, holding that position can be a little bit difficult. You can support yourself with one arm on the hips and go one arm at a time. As you can see, Adam, he's just going kind of the eye and then shoulder extension from the back. A little bit different, the same thing, that 45 degree can be a little bit difficult. But great job here.
Stop it in 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, guys.
Great job.
And remember, like we said, no pain is not the gain. Pain is not the gain. So we want to make sure if you have any pain or having any like dysfunction, or not dysfunction, tightness, and anything that's feeling anything abnormal, that we can give you an option. So that is the other option if you want to do the shoulder extensions, like so. All right, what do we got next, Seth?
Don't feel
Last
good. Don't
move.
do that. Last move. Superman on the chair. Superman on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Begin this exercise. Again, alternating over here. He's probably going to feel that in his posterior chain, in the back of his shoulder. Maybe get himself a little bit of glutes today. Mr. Carroll, well, that's a different story entirely. His posterior chain is actually looking a little weak. Maybe he's done too much core in his lifetime, too many ABRAP or P90Xs that he can't really get it to full extension. But he's trying his best today. And time.
Hey, we all got our range of motion, right? Move within your range. Don't force it.
Yes.
I be feeling in my low back if I go any further. So
That's
I
right.
keep it low.
Work within your range of motion, and every day when you come back, as long as you're working within that range of motion, we will increase that range of motion every single day. So we will make you healthier and happier by doing that, working within your range of motion, not anybody else's. All right, Jacob, what do we got next?
We got a quick intermission. We're
We
going
have
to cool
halftime.
it down. So that's going to drop you the tidbit of the day, the quote of the day. Going good information. I'm going to get a drink real quick. I'll be back in a second.
Okie doke. I'm going to reset the
I'm
timer.
going to follow suit. Seth's going to take it away for us.
Hi, guys. If you're still with us through halftime and you've been watching this absolute beautiful demonstration of all three of us just entering chaos mode, thank you for sticking with us. And now you're probably sticking around for the quote of the day. We have a 3-minute break. Feel free to catch your breath. Feel free to, if you need to scoot to work, cool down. If you're just joining us and you've been waiting for an opportunity to hop back in, awesome. Start warming up on your own. In the meantime, stick around for the quote, and until the very end, we will give you the tidbit of the day. The theme of the week and the tidbits that we will begin pulling throughout the week are going to be, well, all in the same pillar now, which sounds kind of nice. It's nice if we take one pillar and really hit that theme throughout the week in a little bit of a different way. So moving forward, that will be what's happening. Again, we have a little personal finance tidbit for the end of the day today. All right. In the meantime, we have our quote, and the quote of the day is a beautiful quote. It is, consistency is key. All right. I always say it. I've said it once and I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more times. I don't care if somebody's just throwing bricks at the guy right here. Well, the screen switched, but yeah, if you're just throwing bricks at him, eventually he will adapt and get more fit. But as long as you're throwing bricks at him consistently, he will reach some sort of progress. It just so happens that you also happen to have a perfect exercise routine here in front of you for anybody of any age, of any experience level. So again, consistency is key. All right. With that said, we have our tidbit at the end, and we'll explain what's going to be happening moving forward with our programming, because again, we're changing it to progressively overload as the day continues. So stick around for the end, and we'll tell you what you can expect moving forward with next week and the next period, and the next quarter after that.
Hey, do you want to actually, should we let them know now in case anybody's got to hop off here at the midway point? Keep them informed about what's going on for next week?
Absolutely. Next week is a complete deload for your mental and physical sanity. Every quarter, we do, at the end of the deload week, we do a complete week off, because sustaining exercise and expecting you to show up every single day isn't realistic. And again, exercise should be sustainable, and your body needs a chance to completely recover. So next week, we will not be having our regularly scheduled progression of exercise, but we will be re-recording our day 1, day 2, and intro videos. So if you're interested in taking it nice and easy, but still maintaining your habit throughout the day as you've been doing, showing up on screen as you've been doing, then please feel free to tune in to our re-recording of days 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and follow along with those to maintain your habit. All right. And then we will say once we return, week 13 is our off week with our re-recordings in this case. Week 14, when we come back, it's going to go to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. One of us will be recording in the morning on Monday. One of us will be recording in the morning on Tuesday. And one of us will be recording in the morning on Thursday. And one of us, we don't know who yet, will be recording in the mornings on Fridays. And that will be in alternating position. So depending on the morning, you can wake up and get any one of us. And we're going to stream that throughout the day. That way you always have a CCHS person here to support you. And that way we can focus on not only bringing you this free exercise program, but also building up the other things that we have to offer as the frequency increases. All right. I think without further ado, we should head on back to set number 4, round number 2. Sound good?
Sounds good. Let's get it, baby.
Woo! All right. We're going to go back to the top. I'm going to start my 10-second countdown. Who's leading the first one?
Yeah, I'll walk us through. How about that?
All right,
Perfect.
Mr. Carroll.
Sounds good.
Mr. Carroll has lead.
All right.
3,
We got
2, 1.
10 seconds. We're going to get into it. We're going to get the single leg staggered glute bridge, single leg glute bridge, regular glute bridge, whichever one feels more comfortable. And I'll be showing the staggered stance floor reach. We're going to 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I think Seth is showing the glute bridge. Another modification is going single leg if you want to make this a bit more intense. As you can see, keeping that flat back alignment, very similar to the hinge pound. You see Adam's keeping it. You know, believe it or not, these are very similar moves. Still getting that hinge pattern, bringing the hips through. Same thing. Adam's doing the same thing. Seth's doing the same thing. Showing a multiple variety of variations. We're going to be done in 3, 2, 1. Great job.
There we go. There we go.
What's up next?
Teamwork.
Yeah, look at that with the 180. All right, next one we got is the overhead pull down to the floor slide. So Seth, which one do you want to do? You want to be on the floor or you want to be standing, my friend?
Well, I just stood up. I'm going to stay standing.
All right, Jacob, you're going to switch with him and you're going to come down here on the floor. So we got a couple more seconds here to get started. And remember, all we're going to be doing is reaching your hands all the way up as high as you can and then slide them back down. Start in 3, 2, 1, and again. Seth's going to be in a nice bent over position. He's going to try to touch my hands and then bring it right back down. So you're going to be pulling down just like you're doing a pull-up, and it's okay. You see how he's wobbling a little bit. That's okay. Your body's trying to find a new center of mass. As your arms extend away from you, the center of mass changes. So your hips, as you can see, are going to shift back and forth a little bit. That is A-okay as long as it's not causing you any pain. Remember, pain is no good. Burning is good. Pain is bad. So you guys got a couple more seconds here. Power through. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Good job. Good job. Good demonstrations there. Looking beautiful. What do we got next, Jacob?
Well, we're going to be going into some shoulder circles. So we're all going to be showing this one together. I'll be in the back. We're going to switch halfway through. We're going to start going forward and going back. Same thing. You can do a half kneeling. You can do a sitting. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you.
Perfect.
All right. We're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Biggie.
Same thing Seth is showing. Sorry, we're going whatever direction, forward or backwards. We're going to switch halfway through. It really doesn't matter too much what you start with. We're going to get it both ways. Same thing, going a little bit more slow and controlled than we were in the warm-up. And reverse. Reverse in the opposite direction if you've already gone reverse. Let's go.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Connecting Community Health Sports free virtual exercise stream. Give us a follow. We'll always be here.
2, 1. Sorry.
No equipment ever required. Time for that.
Not there yet. Now we are moving on, moving back to those high knee bursts and or mountain climbers. So this time I'm going to have, never mind, he's already on the ground. He did it for me. I was going to tell him to do it, but look at that. All right, he took the words from my mouth. So now Jacob's going to be on the left of me. You're right. Seth's going to be on the ground. And in 5 seconds here, we're going to be starting with those high knee bursts. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. So Seth is going to be down here doing 1, 2, 3s with the hold, or if you'd like, if you want to make this a little more cardio-based, aerobic, we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with no break in between, as you can see like this. Or we can go over here with Jacob, where he's doing a low impact version of this, where you're just nice and slow, not slamming those feet on the ground like we were with the faster ones. Now we can pick up the pace a little bit. And just like so, but that's only if you want to and you're comfortable with that. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And Seth Spicer's gone.
Going so fast, it's tearing up the
Yeah.
That's a mistake on my part.
Hey, no worries.
Oh man.
Hey, good thing they're meant to be put back together. So.
Oh God. All right. What's next, guys?
Next one we got, I'm gonna let Jacob take this away. We're going back to the squat pattern. So you tell me, what am I doing, Jake?
Well, I'm just gonna be sitting in a chair and standing up because really that's all a squat is. I'm gonna have Seth Spicer show the other squat variation right in front, side at him, behind, whatever feels good for you. As you can see.
We already begun?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, we did. Bad count on my part.
We've begun. Everybody squat at home as well. Squat together. You'll notice I'm only going to go down to a quarter squat because I have achy knees, but that's okay.
And remember, I am doing the same thing. So watch my form with the chair. Now, if I take the chair away, it's the same exact thing, but that external reference point.
3, 2, 1, and done. Sorry for a little bit of a late start on that one. I apologize. Hey, we all make mistakes over here. It's not going to be perfect every time, but we're trying our best.
That's how you know it's live.
Yes, yeah.
All right. After the squats, if I'm not mistaken, we have our push-ups. Foxy boy, you're on the floor.
All right, sounds good. The happy face had a question, but we'll start off with this exercise first, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin.
And of course, you have the higher you go, the easier the exercise will become for any given counter, table, desk, or very large dog you might happen to have inside your house. And Adam is going from his knees with that one. We have 13 more seconds. Keep working with the push-ups. Fist or palm for the shoulder circles. Great question. I'll answer that in 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Doesn't matter. Whichever feels best to you.
Yeah, not really a whole lot of difference there.
You'll feel a little difference between the two. Not a whole lot, like Jake said, but it's just like Seth said, it's all about individual preference. Whatever feels better for you, not for us, because we can't feel what you feel. So you dictate which one you want to do. Always remember that, guys.
Eyes wide and teeth.
Yes, sir. All right. So I'm going to go down into the bent over position. I'll do it from the front. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin.
I, Y, T. Good stuff.
And as always, you can go with one hand on you. It can be hard to support your body weight in the lower body, especially after doing a lot of lower body moves in this program. So we can mix it up each time, switching arms.
Absolutely. One arm at a time with one hand or forearm on the thigh is absolutely a great variation to get in the work. And time for that exercise. Oh, is that a thumbs up? That's a thumbs up in the chat. Next up, we have our Superman variation. That's going to work our posterior chain and maybe our posterior sling if we do it right. Mr. Carroll, I think you like that chair.
I do.
Mr. Fox, let's see that extension pattern.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
And we got our comment in the chat too if you want to read it while we're
I will read it while we start in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Begin. The Superman's at home or the standing kickback if that's what floats your boat. And again, Mr. Carroll is alternating. In fact, Mr. Fox is also alternating, doing what's actually known as an Aquaman instead of a Superman. But I like a prone Aquaman just as much because it works the posterior contralateral sling a little bit as well. 9 more seconds. Keep it going. IYT in the floor so I don't have to get up.
Yes, you can.
3, 2, 1, and time. Actually, I want to address that right now. Absolutely. You can do an I, Y, and T on the floor. No joke. That works just as well. That's when you're most gravity resisted anyway. So please feel free to do that if you enjoy.
We're back to the top, correct?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Seth, I'm going to have you land on the ground since you're already half kneeling. Jacob, you're going to be standing. We're starting with the hinge variations in 3, 2, 1,
10,
and begin.
9, 8. We went back to the top. We have a 10-second break.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies.
Psych.
My apologies. All right, now 3, 2, 1, and begin. So I'm going to switch it up with Jacob this time. So say that we don't feel comfortable in that single leg stance. We can go right back to that bilateral, just like we did for the past couple weeks. So as you can see, it is the same movement pattern on both ends. The only difference is Seth is on the floor, Jacob is standing. So if you guys aren't comfortable with this, we can go to the floor, or we can be Seth and just be a freak over here and be able to do some stuff like that. We're gonna stop it here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it.
We're having no stigmas. We're having no judgment. Freak over here.
Freak in the best type of way.
Yeah,
Sure. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I refuse to hear that. I refuse to hear that. Next up, we have our floor slides. Bingo. Floor slides. This is in the prone position. We're starting in 5 seconds. Mr. Carroll's in the bent over position, looking nice with his flat back. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Now, can I have my hands above the ground if I'd like? Do I have to have them on the floor?
Absolutely, Mr. Fox. In fact, in this one, I would encourage you to try to keep them off the floor because this is going to work our horizontal pull. And although we're not doing a pure reverse fly, we're still working the same muscles as those we would use in a horizontal pull. All right, we are gravity resistant in the horizontal pull direction. 3, 2, 1, time with that exercise. I'm sure you feel those in your round, boys, in your first year. Mr. Carroll, I'm sure you feel that absolutely everywhere. And after
Feels good.
the eyes, Y's, and T's, Mr. Carroll's going to take it away.
Yeah, shoulder circles again. Another great one, working on that, slow and controlled version, similar to the warm-up. Start whichever way you like, backwards or forwards. We're going to let you know to switch it up halfway through. We're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as we were just saying, you can go, with the wide hands. You can go with the closed fist. Oh, we want to go a little bit more slow.
A little bit slower, my friend.
And I didn't feel very good in my shoulders anymore.
Yeah, see, a lot of
Nice big full rotations.
Switch it the other way. Same thing. Sometimes when you're going too fast, you might be kind of going. I like to think, there's a lot of range of motion in this joint. So if you kind of skip through that sticky point where maybe it's a little bit tougher, we want to keep working through. But 3, 2, 1. Great job.
There we go.
And you don't really need that kind of torque on your shoulder joints to experience a good workout. We're here about making it sustainable and healthy. Absolutely.
Not trying to hurt you.
Well, maybe emotional. Anyway. So next up, after our shoulder circles, we have our high knees. Mr. Fox, if you would please show me the mountain climber. Mr. Carroll, you're stuck back up with the high knee bursts. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Good stuff. Stay forward on those toes. Swing the arms almost like you're sprinting if you want to go with a high impact. Perhaps you're more athletic. Maybe you were a sprinter or a halfback in college, like some of your favorite trainers in the group. Then come on through and bring some speed. Or go with a nice, slower, low impact, completely aerobic variation. Just marching it out.
Seth, I was never a fullback or a
3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise.
Now I gotta go.
All right, take it away.
All right, what we got now? We have the squats. Yes, the squats. So, Jacob, you read my mind.
I'm coming to this side of the brain.
So, remember, what is a squat?
Standing up and sitting back down.
Exactly. See, every time I say that on my stream, I have no one to respond but myself, and now I have people to respond to it. So, starting with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So, as you see, Jacob's just going to be sitting down, standing up. I'm going to take the chair away, and his form is not going to change at all. I'm going to put it back, and his form is still going to be the same thing. The only thing that we're focusing on is external reference. We're trying to not overcomplicate it in the brain because your brain is very smart, and it will coordinate around a task. So the goal of this, sitting in the chair and standing back up. It is that easy. We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it.
Man, those hash squats really kicked my butt. How you feeling there, full squat?
I'm feeling good. Got a
little burn.
It doesn't matter what variation you do. A squat is a squat.
Yep.
Absolutely. What comes after the squat, Mr. Carroll?
Well, after the squat, we got push-ups.
Oh, gosh.
Does someone want to show a wall variation this time, just to show everyone we're on a great wall, but right in between that pull-up bar could be a good squat.
Oh, that was a great pull-up cushion.
And I can do the
We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. as you can see right here, Adam, going from the box, the closer you get to the ground, the parallel to the ground, the harder it's gonna be. Same thing, you can see Seth back here, working on the wall. Same thing, just getting that pushing motion. And same thing, the further Seth's feet are back, the harder this exercise is going to be. As I mentioned earlier, the closer you get to the ground, the more you're gonna have to resist gravity. We are done in 3, 2, 1, and done. Great job. IYT on the floor. Oh, you are.
Sorry. Speaking of I's, Y's, and T's on the floor, I will demonstrate that exercise with this one if Mr. Fox wants to demonstrate the bent over position. Mr. Carroll, you got it one arm at a time?
Yes.
Foxy, double arm?
Oh, I would love to.
Carroll, one arm?
From that bent over position that Spicer gave us, just hands from the hips to the knees, align the lower back real nice. Start in 3, 2, 1, and begin.
I hate this position. Why did I volunteer to be on the floor? Too late now to stop. I, Y, and T's. Again, you can do them one arm on the floor because I'm honestly copping out of this exercise. 10 more seconds left. And these are going to work your upper traps. Your posterior delts. A little bit around.
We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Good job. Good job. Seth.
No, I don't need to work my
Since you're down there, why don't you go ahead and do the Superman for us while you're down there?
Absolutely. I'd be absolutely honored.
And if you want, if the Superman doesn't feel good for you, you can do the contralateral version. Seth likes to call it what's the Aquaman's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so you can do that in replacement of the Supermans, and we're going to be starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So there's this version right here, as Seth is doing, full extensions of both. There's the version that Jacob is doing with contralateral, which every time we say that just means opposite, so left and right. So your right leg, left foot, right arm, left foot. Whew, that was hard to say.
Right foot this time.
Yeah, and Seth can do the same thing. So we can do the left arm. Oh, perfect. So left and right, or right and left, whichever one feels better for you guys. Whichever one you're doing, we're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Good job.
Can you do that?
Feels good, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, the move.
We got the worm man over here.
Worm on the screen.
That's the next workout, the worm.
Woo!
All right. After the Superman, we have a 10-second break.
Last time through.
10-second break. All right, now we're going to prepare for the next of set number 5. Sorry, I thought that'd be a funny joke. It wasn't that funny. Next up from the top, we have our hinge variation starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin at home, begin in the gym. Single leg deadlift, like you're reaching down to pick something up. Oh, that's BEA, beautiful. Mr. Fox, cranking away. The only difference between these two hinged positions is one is more gravity resistant, one is a little more transferable to your day-to-day actions, as if you drop your espresso cup on the floor and you're picking it back up for me. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. I'm tired. I can't talk anymore. I'm tapping out, bro.
All right, next move, we got the floor pulls. Whoever wants to be on the ground, take your pick.
Oh, I'll go back.
I'm going back, man.
I'll go back to the floor.
All right, Adam's gonna be showing from the back, Seth's gonna be showing it from the bent over position. I could think of this, imagine it's like you're doing a pull-up, but either on the ground. It's that same arm motion. Adam showed, pull the arms back. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same thing, just that pull-up motion, very similar. That's why we call these the floor pulls or bent over pulls. As you can see, Seth is also showing the variation. This can be pretty tough on the lower body, maintaining that hold for the whole time. Really gonna feel that in the quads. So, you can always, kind of support your body weight with the other arm as you keep moving through this motion. Now I'm showing if you keep those arms off the ground, it's really gonna burn. 3, 2, 1, and done.
You're not kidding, Chief. That's burning. Woo!
Yeah.
Is burning okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Burning is okay. Pain is bad.
It's bad.
Burn is
Good.
Yes.
Burn good.
Burn good. Pain bad.
Pain bad. Absolutely.
All right, now we're going back to, as my go-to, the gym class arm circles. So we can be in the kneeling or the tall kneeling or the seated, whichever one you guys want to start with. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So see, as Jacob is sitting right there, I'm going to try not to hit any of their hands. That is a tall task sometimes. You got 3 big dudes in a small space, or you can, I was going to say, you can do that if you want, alternating. Oh, there we go. See, I knew it's just a matter of time.
A little reverse.
Doesn't help when you're purposely trying to hit each other, but that's A-okay, guys. Power through here. We got a couple more seconds. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. All right, what do we got next, Jake?
Well, we got mountain climbers, or we got high knee burst. You can do the mountain climbers in the burst form as well. So if you want to show them how it's done,
I suppose.
you still got 15 seconds rest, but so get a drink, get yourself mentally prepared, whatever you got to do. We're going to finish strong here. We're in the home stretch. Don't give up on us now.
10 more seconds.
10. Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Same thing Adam's showing the high knee burst, or you could show low impact as well. It's a great variation. Still getting that single leg balance. Seth showing the mountain climber variation. Another tough one for sure.
Core number 2.
Yeah, same thing. You're still getting the same movement patterns. We're just doing it in a different variety of ways.
Woo.
Same thing, just that push-up stance and showing the high knees. We're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. And see if you go as fast as Seth goes at the end the whole time. You might not make it through the whole workout, but hey, maybe you got better.
And that's the other thing. We want to make sure you guys are keeping a consistent and sustainable pace. Like Seth talked about, again, consistency is key. So you don't want to power through and give us all you got for the first 15 seconds and not be able to finish the last 15. So make sure it is a sustainable yet challenging pace for the whole 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Now we have a chair there. I'm going to bring this chair from Mr. Carroll.
Start with this in 3,
5,
4,
3, 2, 1.
and begin.
Take a seat on Mr. Pete. And that's just a nice, that's actually a pretty good depth for him. Anyway, it was supposed to be a quarter squat, but it's a little taller than we actually wanted it to be. And again, just doing a box squat is a solid variation to make sure you're going to proper depth. Mr. Adam Fox, what's your full name?
Adam Fox.
Mr. Jake Carroll, what's your full name?
Jacob Carroll.
And you notice they can still hold a conversation with me. That's how you know they're in a good heart rate range. 3, 2, 1, time with that exercise. Absolutely. If you can hold a conversation with your partner, or you can swear at us throughout the course of the workout, that means that you're going at an intensity that is both manageable, sustainable, and it's going to be in the area known as fat max. All right, squats, push-ups.
Yes, sir.
I got dips on center squeeze right
I was
here.
going to say, you're already down. Jake, would you like to do the...
I actually demoed this one.
Yes, yes, of course.
3, 2, 1, ready, begin at home.
All right, as you see, Seth is going from the knee position. Honestly, I actually found myself to enjoy going from your knees more than going from your feet. I feel in more control of the motion, and sometimes I start compensating towards the end when I go to my feet. So this is a great variation for anybody. Adam, showing a more elevated version, as we mentioned before. The further you are, or closer you are to the ground, the harder it's going to be. Adam, moving real smooth through that range motion. 3, 2, 1, and done. Great job. All right. See, Seth doesn't show off all the time, but as you see, he's a pretty athletic guy. The
I like
athlete
to do
over here.
I like to do stuff, and we all like being strong and fit. Yay, fitness.
Yes.
Go tack the push-ups.
Oh, we got ITYs now. So ITYs or the bent over shoulder extensions in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start it. Well, actually, all 3 of us can do this one because.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, all 3 of us can do
Unless
this.
he's at home. Go ahead.
So Jacob is demonstrating the shoulder extensions. So remember, we are the buffet of movement, like I said earlier. You get to pick which one. You want to do the Seth Spicer version right now of just one arm on the knee. You can do the Adam Fox version, both arms not on the knee, or you can do the Jake Carroll version, the shoulder extensions, whatever tastes best to you. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it.
What if
There we
bicep
go.
curls and butterscotch tastes best to me?
Well, then we got some weights over there if you want to go
All
use
right,
them.
I'll see you all in a bit. You got butterscotch? Doesn't matter then. Doesn't matter. All right. All or nothing.
All right, on to, is this the last exercise of the set?
Holy crap, I believe it is.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, we're flying through today.
Oh my goodness.
Look at him.
Supermans, I'll take lead. You're on the floor. You're in the extensions. 3, 2, 1, begin. Good, good. If you have a wall that you can lean into, almost like we did on the push-ups, we'll come over here and demonstrate this. That'll give you a little more support. So you get a little more from your glute, a little more from your backwards reach, so long as you don't take out your pull-up bar that you have in your awesome home gym. We're gonna keep going with this exercise. That's a nice alternation. And again, it's great to work your posterior sling when you do it, when you alternate like that. Keep it going. They thought we were done, but we were doing a little bit of a bonus session. That's why I volunteered to demonstrate for this one, because this is the last exercise of the set. Now, I believe this is the last exercise of the workout. Interesting.
Right, my friend.
Keep it working. Keep it going at home. Bonus time. 10, 9, 8,
Keep powering,
7,
you guys. Come on.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Woo!
There we go. All
And
right.
time. That is absolutely wonderful work today. Let's fly. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite sayings. I said it with one of my best friends, Zach Smith from the University of Rochester. Shout out, Zach. Let's fly. Flying away. All right, we're going to keep it right there. Now, time to give my spiel.
Yep. We got to do a cool down too.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are going to lead us through a cool down really quick
Perfect.
while I don't forget it. All right, take it away.
So, first thing we're gonna be doing, we just had a really good workout. I want you to congratulate yourself. So, we're gonna be giving ourselves some nice self hugs, some slaps on the back. Now, just like with the shoulder circles, we don't want to just slap the back like that. I want it nice and controlled. I actually might have just hurt myself, but that's okay. So that's a demonstration of why you don't do that. It's gonna be nice and controlled. And if you want, hold here for a second, take a big deep breath in, and then exhale. And then come back. You can do that alternating, whichever one feels better for you guys. You can also just shake the arms out. We did a lot of upper body work today, so just shaking the arms, kind of shaking from the wrists and fingers, shaking from the elbows, shaking from the shoulders. This is a real good way to get some more blood flow to that area in the shoulders to really warm you up. We can also do internal and external rotation, just like this,
Love cactus.
to kind of just deload those shoulders, kind of cool them down a little bit, just like so. Whichever one feels best for you. And personally, these ones for me feel best. Kind of goofy. Guess what? No one has to see you. You guys get to watch us be goofy, not vice versa. So, what we got next, Jake?
Well, one of my favorites, kind of get things moving. You can grab a chair, grab a wall, whatever. Gives you a little bit of support, or maybe you don't need to. I like to do leg swings, a little bit of a dynamic stretch here. So if you want to show them with the chair, just moving the legs forward and back. Same thing, you can use a chair for support, or same thing, you can show. I might need a chair a little bit.
If you always have a partner, feel free to always use a partner for support as well. We used to do that back in track. We just do partner swings, and it made it a little bit easier. If anybody
Same thing, let's switch up the leg. Same thing, you don't gotta go super high and try to go far back. We're just kind of letting the leg swing like a pendulum. Kind of just I think you're kind of just letting the hip do what it wants to do. You're not trying to force it into a certain range of motion. Just
You can do leg kickouts. Pretend like you just stepped in a big puddle of water. So now we're just gonna brush the leg or dry the leg off. Imagine like it's a nice April day and there's a big puddle. So you're just trying to kick that water off at a nice controlled pace, get some more sensation into that lower limb after we killed you today with a lot of lower body exercises as well. or you can do some kung fu, whichever one you want to do. All right, now on to the next one, my personal favorite. So now we need to deload, or not, sorry, excuse me, deload. We need to bring the body back down to a resting state. So how we're gonna do that is through some breathing. Now, the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna do some breathing through the nose and out of the mouth. So I want you guys to focus on two things. I want you to focus on having a tempo of about 2 to 4 seconds on the inhale and 4 to 8 seconds on the exhale. That's one, excuse me. The second thing, I want you guys to focus on just having it be nice and controlled. I don't want, it's nice.
That's an impressive amount of airflow.
There's a few different ways we can do this, Brandon, right?
Yes, of course. So as Jacob just said, we can do it from a seated position, we can do it from the kneeling position like I just was. We can do it from the supine position, which just means your back is on the ground. And what I want you guys to focus on is you can put a phone right here, right in the cave of your chest, right where your sternum starts to split. And you put the phone there. I want you to press the phone out and then let it sink back in. Remember, the third thing I want you to cue you guys into is making sure your exhale is longer than your inhale. That's how you get the body out of that very hyped up fight or flight state, because your body perceives a workout as a stressor, so it puts you into a fight or flight sympathetic state, and that's not the best way to recover. Your body does not recover well. You don't get the full benefits of this workout in that fight or flight sympathetic state. So now, as we're doing this, we're activating something called the vagus nerve, which allows you to go into a parasympathetic state, which I know I'm throwing some big words at you. My apologies. All that is a rest and digest state. So it's like, the way I like to equate it is, if you have a nice sports car, so you got to think of your body as a sports car, and you just drove it for let's say you drove it for 40 miles, right? You had a nice 60-minute drive, so 60 miles at 90 miles an hour, right? So after you get out of that car, you're going to keep the car on and keep it idling until you have to get back in it and drive another 90 miles for 60 minutes. No, you're going to turn it off and you're going to allow it to cool down. That's what we're doing with this breathing technique, allowing your body, the car, the engine to relax and to calm down so we can get the full benefits of this exercise. How you guys feeling?
I feel like ready for a nap.
Yeah. If you don't do those a lot, those could put you to sleep for laying on the ground. So I know you might have work in a couple hours or a couple minutes, so to speak, but make sure you don't fall asleep during that.
Absolutely. And I feel like I am ready to rest and digest and absorb any bit of nutrition that I'm about to intake. Why am I up in front of the camera? Because we're done with the cool down and it's time to talk. You're welcome. I know I have that sweet, soothing voice. Anyway, we're going to move on. That was weird. So we're going to move on. The police are on the way. You killed your workout. Always the best jokes in the chat with happy face. Always the best jokes in the chat. I followed along Wednesday. I started watching our conversation replay without my input. No, that wasn't great. I didn't prefer that to be the case. I didn't even give too much of a heads up. All I said was we might be going out, so we'll see what happens. And there we are. Nothing really happened. So
we shot a beautiful commercial on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to seeing the final product, and we will make sure you guys see the final product as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure you check out that link tree in the bio. Has a link to our website and all of our social media, so you can check it out. You're not going to want to miss this commercial, so make sure you're following us.
So quick recap of, we have a whole bunch of stuff going on right now that I think you guys should be aware of. Number one, our website is pretty much up and online, completely ready to go. So from that, we primarily offer our in-home personal training that we use to fund our free community outreach and health coaching and things like this. But primarily, we also have a bunch of other stuff going on as well. On that website, just in case you're wondering, we have super discount exercise equipment. Basically, we got kind of ripped off when we bought our dumbbells, and we said, shoot, if people want a home gym, they shouldn't have to pay 3 times the market price. So all we do is cover enough for corporate taxes, and then you can get those at super dirt cheap prices. So feel free to check those out. We also have our blogs on our website, which take all of our tidbits that we jumble up and try our best to present, but still don't succeed in doing, and take them and articulate them very clearly on our website on our blog page. All right. So if you subscribe to our website, maybe you put in your email, it will automatically send those blog posts to you. Feel free to follow us through our link tree on all of our social media. Again, we just pump out quotes, blog posts, and different videos to make health and fitness more practical in your life. All right, that's the announcement on the website. In terms of programming, we will still see you Monday, but it will not be a continuation of this program because technically we have a whole week completely off. Okay. Instead, if you would like to maintain your consistency, we're going to re-record day 1, 2, 3, and post those at our usual times from the first quarter, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 a.m., noon, and 5:30 p.m. Okay. So again, we want that entire week off, but if you want to maintain your habit in a not that stressful way, a quarter of the volume we just did will be present there on Monday for you. And the week after that, we're finally at the point where we increase the frequency of our workouts, which means we go, instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no more. We go 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. One of us will lead at 7:30 in the morning. Our night larks are going to become morning people one way or another, only 1 or 2 times a week, don't worry. And we will be there to support you as you defy the odds in your exercise goals for that thing. Last bit, defy the odds. Oh, wrong side, camera switched it. Defy the odds. That's right, that's our slogan. And the last thing we have for you, as promised, is the good stuff, the tidbit of the day. And our tidbit of the day is on personal finance again. We're going to start doing, instead of a tidbit different each day, we're going to have a theme of the week, and do different tidbits on that theme as the week progresses. Wonderful. So today's tidbit is again on personal finance, a thing that I am personally a little uncomfortable with, but I think is absolutely crucial to maintaining and supporting your fitness and health and exercise goals. So aside from consistency is key, which also plays in to finance and pretty much everything else in life, I want you to today think about making purchases that will save you money. Okay, what does that mean? Meal prep containers or dumbbells, they're both great ways to cut down on gas money, gym memberships, and going out to eat. I can meal prep my entire food for the week for the cost it takes to go out to one nice meal. That will save me money, make it much easier for me to eat healthy just from one purchase of some sort of simple meal prep container, right? Think about making purchases that are investing in your health and fitness future, right? If you have a gym membership, of course, I'm not going to tell you not to go to the gym. I'm not going to tell you to buy dumbbells. But if you do, we provide both of these things on our website. Super, super cheap. Again, we're not making like any money off this. We just want your health and fitness to be easier. So there's obviously a million different things that could apply in your life. I'm going to leave it to you to take 5 minutes after this and figure out how you can spend money on purchases that will, in the long run, make it easier for you to exercise and also save you money in the long run so that you can invest more money into your health and fitness. All right. Of course, investing in your health and fitness is going to give you more energy, better sleep, less medical bills. So in the long run, we all know that it's going to make you more money in the long run to cultivate your health and fitness regimen. But with that said, feel free to take some time.
Best thing that you can invest in is your own health.
And hey, one more thing also, we have been getting this website up and running. We've been looking for more products to add to the page, so please send us an email at connectedchs30@gmail.com or message us on social media if you have any products that you think you would like at a discounted price. And so same thing we'll look for you, try to make health and fitness successful. That's what we're all about. And one other last thing I know is I usually run the 12 p.m. sessions, Adam runs the 5:30 p.m. sessions. We will have a stream always up at those times as well. Me and Adam will both be going at 7:30 in the morning, but we will be doing the replays at these times. And so I know, I'm sorry for anybody that was, interacting with us during our usual time frames. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please send us a message on social media again, because it will be difficult for us to see that in the chat at those, our previous times.
Great point. Adam, anything before we sign off for the day?
Yeah, as always, guys, if you ever have any questions or you have any ways that we can help you achieve your health and fitness goals in a better manner, please reach out to us. We love doing this. I know I'm speaking for all of us, not just myself. This is a passion of all of ours. We don't just do this, we live this. This is our life. We eat, sleep, and breathe, helping people and fitness and health in general. So please, if you guys have anything, any comments, questions, concerns, anything that can help us help you become healthier and happier, please reach out to us. We'd love to take those into consideration and help you with those and make it more accessible for you.
Absolutely.
I think we got a comment coming up in the chat soon.
Happy Face says, thanks for everything, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining. We really appreciate it.
Happy Face, if you would, I know you've been one of the people that's been here since absolute day -1. Shoot us an email. We want to try and reach out and do something small for those of us that have been here since day 1. I know there's a few people that have been around, that have been sticking around. I think it's Snug, was it?
Snug, yes, Snug.
Dimension as well.
So
there's
a few of you that you're probably seeing this on replay. I know there's a couple others too that might be seeing this that don't necessarily chime into the chat, but are still watching this regularly. So if you do, please reach out to us at connectedchs30. So maybe we can take some time to show our own appreciation in our own little way. All right.
Love to give you a shirt or maybe some merch, something. We'd love to send it your way. just
All right.
please and thank you guys. Always reach out to us. I'd love to have that back and forth with you.
Absolutely. CCHS signing off. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. All right. And now it's the 5 seconds awkward where I try and go up and end the
Yep.
stream.